Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and as you can probably tell, I finally got a green screen, which I'm really chuffed about, other than the fact it seems a bit small, and I don't know if it's to do with my camera settings or something, but like I've had to zoom in the camera a bit, so I may seem a bit closer, and I apologise for that. I'll have to obviously learn more once I get used to the green screen, and I've also got some more, like some better lights, so hopefully it sort of makes it just look a bit like better quality. I'm still yet to get my camera, I've ordered it, but it wasn't in stock, and all the other things like the PC that I've ordered that I'm gonna build when it all arrives. So hopefully I can start live streaming because bro, that'd be incredible. But with the green screen, like you guys were suggesting it a lot and saying I should get it, and now I've got it, I can see why. I may have to adjust a few things here and there, but just let me know in the comments how the settings are for you because obviously I'm gonna base everything off how you feel about it basically. But again, like the issue is my hand goes out of picture very quickly, and I feel like this like area to move is a lot smaller than like previously I had. So again, I'm gonna have to learn how to sort of use the green screen in that sense. But I'm excited, man. It's something new, but I'm really intrigued, and it's crazy now. I've got this stuff. It suddenly feels like wow, this is real in a sense. Like god damn, and it's crazy, but it brings me a lot of happiness, man. And I'm just excited again to see where this can go to. But the video that we're watching is the best NBA player at every height, NBA height comparison animation. So it's a bit of a random video, but like I say all the time, it's a bit of a random video. I do enjoy these types of sort of just videos, and again, it's to do with like opinion, so it may not be 100% correct, but I'm just intrigued, man. And like height is something that really interests me in basketball, especially because I mean, it's a sport full of really tall athletes, but there's still some smaller guys. And when I say smaller, guys that are like my height, 5'9", 5'10", which blows my mind that that's considered small in the sport, like very small, like the smallest you can possibly be. But again, it's just crazy, man. But let's get into it and see what's in this video. Basically, I assume Muggsy. I don't want to say a second name because I got slewed in the comments last time for how I pronounced it. Muggsy. I'm not gonna say it. Muggsy, the 5'5", 5'6" guy, I think, from what I remember. I'm interested to see if he's in there, and obviously the tallest guys like Manu Bowl, etc. But let's get into it and see what's about. Sorry for the long intro. I'm just excited about everything that's happened, basically.
What's up, everyone? It's Rebound
This is the first one I've
here,
written
and
to this
today we're
channel as
going
well.
to be ranking the best NBA player at every height, all the way from 5'3" to 7'7".
Oh.
So without further ado, let's
Oh, he was 5'3". I forgot he was that small.
get into this ranking. The best 5'3" player
Muggsy.
to ever play in the NBA is Muggsy Bogues.
Oh,
Why? Well, he's
Bogues.
the only 5'3" player to
That's
ever
crazy,
play the
man.
game at the NBA level. The best 5'5" player to ever play in the NBA is Earl Boykin.
5'5".
Why? Well, he's the only 5'5" player to ever
Again.
play in the NBA. The best 5'6" player to ever play in the NBA is Mel Hirsch. Mel played for the Boston Celtics and was the only 5'6" player to ever play in the NBA. The best 5'7" player to ever play in the
Spud
NBA
Webb,
is
oh, of course.
Spud Webb.
Have I done a video on him? I don't know if I have. I may have seen like highlights of him. People did suggest him a lot at one point. If I should do another reaction, then please let me know because he's a name that I'm very familiar
Spud
with.
won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest in 1986,
Oh.
being the shortest player to ever participate and win
dumb.
in the Slam Dunk
How
Contest.
how can you dunk at 5'7"? That is so crazy.
The best 5'8" player to ever play in the NBA is Charlie Chris.
Someone else I'm not
The only
familiar
other
with.
5'8" player is Dino Martin, and while Dino averaged one more point than Charlie, Dino is averaging 9 points in the 40s, while Charlie averaged 8 points in the 80s, a
Okay.
much tougher era. The best 5'9" player to ever play in the
Isaiah
NBA
Thomas.
is Isaiah Thomas.
So he's my
Kelvin
height.
Murphy makes a close second as a one-time All-Star, but Isaiah averaged a few more points, been in twice as many All-Star games, and was an All-NBA
He looks so
player.
cute next
the
to
best
them.
5'10" player to ever play in the NBA was Damon Stoudemire. He averaged over 20 points in his best season and 13.4 points throughout his career. The best 5'11" player to ever play in the NBA is Mark Price. Some references say that Price is actually 6 feet tall, but in a recent interview with Caroline Price, Mark's daughter, she stated that he is 5'11". Mark Price is a 4-time All-Star, made 4 All-NBA teams, and is a 2-time three-point champ. The best 6-foot player to ever play in
Iverson.
the NBA is
Oh, I thought he was shorter. That's what's crazy, man. Like you see him in the highlights and you think, oh, he's got to be like 5'9", 5'10" because of how good he is with his dribbling, etc. But like then you see he's 6 foot, and it's just like, bro, how does he move so quick for someone who's 6 foot? Because let's not forget, 6 foot on average is like it's higher than the average height, isn't it? So it's considered pretty tall. So the fact that he can move so quickly, mate, fair play. These guys are stupid at how they do these
Allen
things.
Iverson. Chris Paul makes
The
a close
physics don't
second,
match
but
up.
Allen Iverson is an MVP, has played in the finals, and has
Physics
done
are not
more with
physics.
less talent by his side.
He's
The
wild,
best
by the way.
6'1" player
Crazy.
to ever play in the NBA is Isaiah Thomas. John Stockton makes a close second, but Isaiah Thomas is a two-time champ and finals MVP. The best 6'2" player to ever play in the NBA is
Parker.
Tony Parker. Tony is a four-time champ, a finals MVP, and six-time All-Star. The best 6'3" player to ever play in
6'3".
the NBA is
See?
Steph Curry. Steve Nash is a close runner-up. They are both two-time MVPs, but Steph is a unanimous MVP and three-time champ.
That's the craziest. And Steve Nash is someone people have suggested a lot as well. I may do a reaction to him in the near future because he's been suggested a lot. But see, with Steph Curry, I used to think he was tiny. Like this is before I started reacting to basketball, and even when I just begun, because I always saw clips of him looking so small next to other people. But the fact that someone who's 6'3" is dwarfed in the sport, it is mind blowing. But man, it does blow my mind how someone like him is dwarfed in the sport. That's so athletic as how do I say it? That's as athletic as basketball because like the movement etc. is so quick, such a quick pace and fast paced sport. Yeah, it's full of such tall people. You wouldn't expect it, but bro, when you deep it, it's
The
wild.
best 6'4" player to ever play in the
Dwayne
NBA
Wade.
is Dwayne Wade. Wade is a three-time champ, a finals MVP, and a guy who taught LeBron how to be a champ.
Oh,
The
wow.
best 6'5" player to ever play in the NBA is Big O Oscar Robertson. James Harden is a close second. They are both MVPs, All-Stars, and put up great scoring
Harden's
numbers. But the
6'5".
Big O is an
See, he
NBA
looks small
champ.
as well.
James Harden, as of this upload, is not yet one. The best 6'6" player to ever play in the NBA is Alonzo G. Just kidding. Of course, it's Michael Jordan.
Oh, he's
Bryant
6'6".
makes a
I
close
thought he was
second, but
taller.
MJ is the GOAT, no questions asked. The best 6'7" player to ever play.
Actually, I do remember seeing something to do with him being 6'6", but he just maybe it's to do with his like just his attitude and just the way he played. He just plays like he's someone who's 10 foot above everyone. But I guess that does make sense to be honest. Like just the way he plays, the way he pumps himself up, he would seem taller maybe, but obviously that's not the case. So the fact that he could do all that, fair play.
The
Man.
NBA is Scottie Pippen. Scottie is one of the best NBA defenders
familiar
to
with him
ever
as
play
well.
the game of basketball. While Jordan gets most of the praise, and deservingly so, there is no Bulls dynasty without Scottie Pippen. The
Oh, wow.
best 6'8" player to ever play in the NBA is LeBron James.
6'8", man.
LeBron James is a three-time champ,
He
three-time
is
Finals
massive.
MVP, and the only Finals MVP to come back from a 3-1 deficit against the most winningest team in NBA history. The best 6'9" player to ever play in the NBA is Brian Scalabrine, but since he's so good, let's talk about the second best 6'9" guy, and this is a close call between Magic or Bird. The Magic versus Bird
wait.
debate in of itself,
Wait, who
Brian
is he above?
Scalabrine, but since he's so good, let's talk
Is that just a joke? Ryan Scalabrine. I've never even
talk
heard
about
of
the
him.
second best 6'9" guy, and this is a close call between Magic or Bird. The Magic
mean, that's
versus Bird debate in of
insane
itself
comparison
is
you
its
can put
own
between.
can of worms, but I'll give the slight edge to Magic, and I'll save my reasons for another video.
Is that controversial? I'm
Since
guessing
this
people have
debate is just
opinions
too
on that.
large for a smaller video like this. The best 6'10" player to ever play
Moses
in the
Malone.
NBA is Moses Malone. Sean Kemp makes a close second, but
He's
Moses
old
is a
school then.
three-time MVP, an
never heard
NBA
of him
champion,
either.
and a Finals MVP. The best 6'11" player to ever play
Tim
in
Duncan,
the NBA
bro.
was Tim
This
Duncan.
guy, he's like slowly becoming one of my favorite players because of the documentaries that sadly got taken down by YouTube because of copyright claims. But he was involved in that, and he's become like him, and the team that was based around him at that Spurs, like when the Spurs were as dominant as they were. Bro, they've all become some of my favorite players because of just how good they were, like the chemistry they had, the sort of style of play. He is crazy, man. And people say he's underrated. Would you agree with that? I'm not really here. I can't really say if he is or not. But like overall opinions, what would you say about his perception in the sport is. Do you reckon he should be regarded higher, or do you reckon it's fair how he's seen?
Kevin Garnett is a close runner-up.
Garnett, okay.
A five-time
Gonna be on him
champ,
as well.
two-time MVP, and three-time Finals MVP. The best 7-footer to ever play in the NBA was Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon is a two-time champ, two-time Finals MVP, regular season MVP, and 12-time All-Star. The best 7'1" player to ever play in the NBA is Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq is argued as one of the most dominant big men to ever play the game of basketball. He is a 4-time champ, 3-time Finals MVP.
I've just noticed the face that it gave Michael Jordan. It's that meme face of his crying, for God's sake.
15-time All-Star and a regular season MVP. The best 7'2" player to ever play in the game is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem is a 6-time NBA champ, 6-time regular season MVP, 2-time Finals MVP, and currently holds the title as the most total points scored in NBA history at 38,387 total points. The best 7'3" player to ever play in the NBA is Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Right? Big Z is a 2-time All-Star, made the NBA All-Rookie team, and has his jersey number retired. The best 7'4" player to ever play in the NBA is the dunking Dutchman Rick Smits. Rick is a 1-time All-Star and averaged 14.8 points per game throughout his career. The best 7'5" player to ever play in the NBA is Chuck Nevitt. There are 2 other 7'5" NBA players, being Pavel and Slavko, but Chuck has had the longest career out of the 3 and is the tallest player in NBA history to be a part of a championship team as he played alongside the 1985 Lakers. The best 7'6" player to ever play in the NBA is Yao Ming. Yao is an 8-time All-Star, has made the All-NBA second team twice and the All-NBA third team 3 times.
It's crazy how these players now dwarf someone like Shaq. They probably don't dwarf him because Shaq is so built so big, and that sort of just makes him naturally look a bit bigger. But this guy's literally basically 2 foot taller than me. Oh man, he would. I don't want to even know where I'd be. I would be so low. God's sake, these guys are so big.
The best 7'7" player to ever play in the NBA are both Romanian Bull and George Mirasan. I'm putting both on this list since they were both on the same team and were referenced as the Twin Towers. And while if I had to admit, George was ever so slightly taller and arguably the better between the two, which makes him the tallest best player to ever play in the NBA.
They played for the same team.
So there you have it. Here are the best NBA.
Did they ever play together, or would that have not been possible? If they played together, that is crazy.
At every height. Let me know what you think of this list. If there's something you disagree with, I know the Magic versus Bird debate one is really.
See, this sort of graph goes to show like players like Curry are on the smaller spectrum of the sport. Like, would you say someone who's 6'3" in basketball is somewhat small, or would you say that's like average height? Because someone being 6'3", being on the lower side of basically being on the smaller side of the players, average height being smaller. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like the average height of this, but what's the average height of a basketballer basically? Because if it's like 6'4", then he's obviously considered under the average height, which to me would be crazy. But I mean, it just goes to show, like, again, the height in the sport is something crazy, and it just makes you appreciate the sort of, again, the level they play at how quick they play at when they're so tall. Because usually when you see someone who's tall, you would think they'd be a lot slower and a lot more like sort of lethargic, but the fact that they make the sport so fast paced, and it's not even just the NBA, it's just the sport in general, like how people can move so quickly, it's just crazy.
Close. And there are a lot of close calls here, so let me know what you don't.
Oh my god, look at that. So yeah, Curry literally he's so much smaller than the others, and so even Jordan as well. Like, bro, look how much smaller that is so mental. Oh, the physics in this sport, it blows my mind. I love it so much. I actually love it. Do you reckon there'll ever be someone taller than 7'7" in the sport? And vice versa, do you reckon there'll ever be someone under the size of like 5'3"? Like, going forward? Because surely not. Because I feel like the sport's getting... Would you say the sport's getting more physical, or would you say it's getting less physical? Maybe it's getting less physical, actually. I'm not too
agree
sure.
with in the comments below.
Look at that.
To even comment down your own ranking. Also, let me know what type of basketball animated
That is
analysis you would
wild.
like to see in the future on my channel. I have a lot planned in store, so make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, especially since this channel uploads once in a while, as it is an animation channel. Thanks for watching.
What is this little
I'm
dancing
Rebound
bit?
Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.
That was different, but I really enjoyed that, man. And is this a new channel? I might have to check him out more, because that was a very, very well edited video. He's only got 9k subs, but that was a very good video. And I'm just interested to see the comments as well. Steph Curry, I'm the smallest in the team. Maybe he's around my height, 5'11". 6'3", exactly. Exactly. That is the craziest thing. Rip Mel Hirsch, Rip Manute Bol, Rip Moses Malone, Rip Kobe, and Gigi, of course, man. I didn't even realise half of them had passed away. But of course, rest in peace, man. Sad to see anyone pass away. Everyone acts like Wilt Chamberlain doesn't exist because he was too good. I see exactly. It's like controversial things like that. Obviously, people will put certain people in certain spots. Should be there. Oh, so he said, wait, Wilt Chamberlain was 7'1". God damn. Yeah, this is a very, very good video, man. I've done something kind of similar to this previously, but it wasn't to this detail of like players in certain heights. Basically the best player at every height. But it's cool to see, man. It's a bit different, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. And once again, to do with the green screen, just if like there's certain things that you would want me to do with it, like to sort of adjust the settings, etc. Because again, the surface, like the amount of space I've got to move is really hard. So it kind of feels like I'm cramped in a spot, but if you guys know any sort of things I can do about that, please let me know, man, because I'd really appreciate it, basically. But yo, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and until next time, like, subscribe.